My name is Alvin, and today I'll be sharing my experience flying Japan Airlines 777 SkySuite Business Class from Tokyo Haneda to Bangkok. We're starting our journey here at Tokyo Haneda, where we stayed at the Villa Fontaine Grand the evening before the flight, which is connected directly to Tokyo Haneda's International Terminal 3, so it's a convenient indoor walk to the Japan Airlines check-in counters. The departure hall was quite busy, as was the business class check-in room. After checking in and passing through security, we made our way to the Cathay Pacific Lounge. Right from the entrance, you're greeted with the warm, classy wood paneling, a signature feature of many Cathay lounges. As you walk in, the lounge opens up to an expansive space with several distinctive areas. To the right side is the lounging area with plenty of comfortable seating options. There are many individual loungers that have a perfect view onto the apron of the international terminal. You'll find the bar here as well. I was overjoyed that they served my favorite in-flight drink, Cathay Delight. As with other Cathay Pacific lounges, the overall design has a very classy and elegant feel. I absolutely love the color palette, with the warm wood textures complementing the colder stone gray tiles and seat fabric. Dark green foliage and brass metal finishes helps to accentuate and liven up the atmosphere, while still preserving a very calming and zen-like mood. It's a design style that I've personally drawn a lot of inspiration from. In the middle of the lounge, you'll find standing tables and bar seating suitable for casual dining and snacking. A small buffet section here serves some cold dishes, fruits, and dessert. At the far end of the lounge is the famous noodle bar, a highlight of any Cathay lounge visit. Here you can order a la carte items featuring a few classics like dandan noodles or wonton noodles. You can also order either a Japanese or a Chinese breakfast. I opted to try the Japanese breakfast as well as the French toast, since they seem to be unique items to this lounge. Everything was really delicious, including the French toast, which was very fluffy. I also couldn't resist and ordered myself a wonton noodle with a healthy dose of chili oil, something I make sure to get at every Cathay lounge that I visit. Finally, I also couldn't resist trying this green tea mochi dessert, which was very yummy. Of the many lounges I've been to around the world, this one is definitely up there as one of my favorites to visit. Since our flight was delayed, we spent a good amount of time here enjoying the lounge as well as watching the airport movements on this particularly rainy day. After several relaxing hours at the lounge, we headed to the gate. Here's our aircraft taking us to Bangkok today, Japan Airlines 777-300ER. My seat for today's flight is 8K, a window seat on the right side. If you've seen my previous video on Japan Airlines SkySuite Business Class, you'll already be familiar with the cabin configuration and seat layout. This aircraft features Apex seats configured in a 2-3-2 layout, but still manages to offer direct aisle access for every seat, along with offering amazing legroom. The seats do take up more room than a traditional business class seat, which is why the business class cabin extends quite far down the length of the plane. One downside of this type of seat is that there isn't really any side table, and not much space to store small personal items that you may want to use during the flight. Waiting on the seat is an amenity pouch, slippers, noise-canceling headphones, a blanket and pillow, and the in-flight menu, which we'll take a look at later. From this seat 8K, you get a great engine view. Even though these seats offer utmost privacy, you can still easily talk to your travel companion with the privacy barrier lowered. Directly in front is a decent-sized TV screen with a small table, and to the right is a literature pocket containing the usual items like safety card and sickness bag, as well as a few magazines. Below the screen is a leg rest covered in a soft leather material. Below the leg rest is a lot of additional space for a backpack or shoes. On the side console, you'll find a universal power outlet. Above that is the iFi controller, which you'll be using quite a lot to control the screen since the screen is so far away. Just above the armrest is a set of buttons to control the seat position, which were intuitive to use, but as you can see, this aircraft is showing signs of wear and tear. JAL provides this cardigan as a set of pajamas for the flight. Note that they're only for in-flight use. You can't take them home with you, unfortunately. I love that JAL provides these slippers on board. Makes it really convenient to step into the aisle or to use the lavatories. The side table is deployed from beneath this flap on the ledge by pulling up and swinging it down like so. The tray table is very sturdy and is rotatable 90 degrees in case you need to slip into the aisle. You can also slide it backwards. Unfortunately, no personal air nozzles on this aircraft. I do really like the mood lighting though. After an efficient boarding process, we were pushing back on our way to Bangkok. Interestingly, for this flight, there wasn't a pre-departure drink service. We had a long taxi to runway 05, where we saw a lot of aircraft movements coming and going, which included a few specials including ANA Star Wars C-3PO, ANA Greenliner, and JAL's Colorful Dreams Express 767. This was the first time I saw jet engine vortices pulling water right off the aircraft, a really cool phenomenon that occurs after a heavy downpour. Let's check out the amenities. Firstly, here's the noise-canceling headphones. They're comfortable to wear and sounded great. When not in use, you can hang it on the reading light. Here's the amenity pouch offered by JAL. Inside, you'll find a moisture mask, toothbrush, eye mask, and earplugs. Since the screen is so far from the seat, you'll be interacting with the iFi controller a lot. Unfortunately, the controller is incredibly slow and laggy, with quite a poor user interface. I found it quite difficult to scroll through to find the movies that I wanted to watch. The flight maps are also non-interactive and quite dated. Soon after departure, the crew handed out a package towel, meaning it was almost time for meal service. Let's take a look at the menu. As always, feel free to pause the video to read the menu in more detail. To start off the meal service, I got a hot green tea and the signature drink Skytime Peach and Grape Juice, which was really good. Rice crackers are also provided. For the meal choice, I of course opted for the Japanese menu. The appetizer consists of this beautifully presented bento box featuring seasonal delicacies, including things like grilled black cod, prawn dumpling, simmered abalone, and sliced wagyu beef, just to name a few. Even though I wasn't sure what some of the foods were, everything was incredibly delicious. The main course features a selection of items accompanying steamed rice, including stewed wagyu beef cheeks with Japanese mustard spinach, grilled salmon with mushroom sauce, special curry, miso soup, and a small side dish of veggies including cucumber, sea kelp, and white radish. I loved how they wrapped up the rice in a package rather than just serving it in a bowl. Quite a nice touch. Again, the food was excellent. I'm always so impressed by the caliber of the food offered on Japanese airlines, and this flight is no exception. Dessert was a soybean mousse topped with red bean confiture and chestnuts. This went perfectly along with the coffee. After the meal, I made a quick visit to the lavatories. I really liked the blacked out finish on the walls. It gave it a bit more of a luxury feel rather than just a standard yellow or white color. In terms of amenities, there were some dental kits, mouthwash, and some Miller Harris products. The rest of the flight was pretty uneventful. I passed the time watching a movie, took a nap, and about 2 hours before arrival, the crew came around with some Haagen-Dazs ice cream. Pretty soon, we were making our final approach into Bangkok Suvarnabhumi Airport. As with my previous flight on Japan Airlines Sky Suite from LAX to Haneda, I had a similarly great experience on this flight. The apex seats, particularly the ones by the window, are one of the best in terms of legroom and privacy. Such a comfortable seat to be flying in. The only drawback is the lack of a side table and limited storage space for small personal items. The food was absolutely fantastic on this flight. It was miles better than what was offered out of LAX. If you want to try Japan Airlines and get the best food, definitely try to fly out of Japan. Finally, as I mentioned in my previous JAL video, the IFE system definitely needs to be revamped. It's so difficult to use and doesn't offer a great entertainment experience. And that's all for this one. Hope you enjoyed this review of JAL Sky Suite Business Class on the 777. Don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video and consider hitting the subscribe button as well. It will really help out the channel. Special thanks to my Patreon members. And with that, thanks for watching, happy travels, and I'll see you in the next one.